Boy, I sure have been getting a lot of press recently in regards to the reflecting pool, and the color was painted and it turned green. And in my most recent video, I explained how it's very likely that this is something that, it's called new pond syndrome. It can happen to a natural body of water and it can turn green upon a fresh fill. And I heard reports first thing this morning, it's actually looking a lot better. Isn't that great news? What? Huh? It's peeling off in sheets. There are videos going around that show what very much appears to be large sections of delamination happening of the interior surface of the reflecting pool. Even I'm getting tired talking about swimming pools and reflecting pools here, and surely you must be as well, because I have absolutely never in my life been too tired to talk about swimming pools, but we're getting close here. I know you want to know about what's going on here, and I think I know what's going on, or at least I have a pretty good idea. Having worked with interior surface systems like this before, this is kind of like a hallmark thing that can happen. I see a big mistake going around, or something that I don't think is being attributed correctly. People are saying, hey, this peroxide, is that what's caused this interior surface to fail? And there's merit to this, that, really concentrated environments of something like hydrogen peroxide could cause a kind of failure to a surface like what was used in the reflecting pool. But that's not really the case, in my opinion, because the failure would look different. It would be like a faded, hazy look. It might start to crack, something like that. But what it wouldn't do is peel off in sheets. That's not what I would expect to see if there's been some sort of chemical damage to the interior surface here. What would be extremely common, and anybody who's worked with a polyurea interior surface like this probably knows this already, the product itself is incredible. It's amazing. It's so strong. It's elastomeric, meaning it's a polymer, but it acts like a rubber, and it's incredibly impact resistant and strong and robust and waterproof, and it's all really good stuff. But you know what it has a problem with? It has a problem with the bond layer. When you bond this product, which can be bonded onto many things like steel and concrete and all sorts of stuff, there are a long list of surface preparation guidelines and specifications that you absolutely have to nail with a product like this. If you are deficient or insufficient with your surface preparation of the substrate before you apply this product, man, you are in for a bad time. And what would that look like if you were to see that? Well, it would basically look like it would start peeling off in sheets. So I can't say for sure that's what's happening here, but it's definitely something I'm thinking about when I start seeing videos like this with what appears to be large sheets delaminating and peeling up of the interior surface. Even if the surface preparation was done extremely well and there was like a mechanical profile of the surface, like you use a scrabbler and you can't really apply the stuff over a smooth concrete surface. It's supposed to be a rough concrete surface that you apply this over. If the surface was too smooth, that definitely would be a concern. If the surface was old and eroded and wasn't exposed, and by that I mean older concrete, as it fails and gets older, it can start to deteriorate and lose some of the strength at the surface level. The polyurea coating that was applied is only as good as the bond it makes to the substrate that it was attached to. And here's another thing. These products, typically speaking, at least with the polyurea coatings that I have worked with before, they are incredibly resistant to hydrostatic pressure from the positive side. They're basically like a big liner or a membrane, and they're really, really good at doing that. But you know what they're not very good at all is dealing with negative hydrostatic pressure, which is to say water coming from the other side and contacting the underside of this interior surface coating. In situations where you have like a high groundwater table or persistent hydrostatic leaking happening, whether during the application or after it's been applied, you can definitely see some widespread problems with water getting underneath and causing a debond of the layer between the coating and the substrate. That's pretty common to see with these kinds of products when they fail. And that's basically what I'm thinking as I see the videos of this product, what appears to be peeling off in sheets. I'm immediately thinking something to do with the bond layer and possibly to do with hydrostatic pressure of water underneath of this feature. So this is still an emerging news story now. We're just seeing today about this it potentially failing. And if that is the case, if it is failing and peeling up in sheets and delaminating because of some sort of problem with hydrostatic pressure or water interrupting the bond between the interior surface coating and the substrate, then it's not likely to be contained to a small area. What happens is once water gets underneath of these coatings, it will spread underneath there and it will cause the entire thing to debond, like you're peeling a sticker off, basically. So I think we're going to probably learn a lot in the next few days here in terms of just how serious or widespread this potential delamination failure is. I think it's in everyone's best interest here that we hope that this is a very limited concern and we can see this reflecting pool up and running soon. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can check out my website, swimmingpoolsteve.com.